If you're thinking about studying or working abroad, your English proficiency test matters. You might see a lot of conversations online about the choices of the test. And while there are many options, I'd like to explain why you should choose IELTS over the others. Let's go. So first, I'd like to start with recognition. IELTS is the most trusted and widely accepted exam in the world. It is accepted by over 12,500 organizations worldwide, including universities, employers, and immigration authorities. On the other hand, Duolingo will be less recognized compared to the IELTS. Another thing is scholarship opportunity. When I applied for the university in Japan, the university required a minimum band score of IELTS Band 6. And I took the test 2 years ago and my score was 7.5, which helped me secure my scholarship. So in this case, I'm not saying that having a high band score will guarantee you with a scholarship, but it definitely strengthens your application. So I suggest aim for a band 7 or higher if you're applying to universities and also if you're applying for scholarships. If you have IELTS result, you have a better chance of applying for scholarships, career advancements, and immigration. And secondly, accuracy. If we're going to talk about how accurate, we have to look at the assessment. So when it comes to test taking, IELTS offers a stronger and more reliable assessment, which ensures a more accurate measure of your language proficiency. So I will explain why. Let's start with listening. So in IELTS listening test, it features longer recordings with variety of English accents, including British, American, Australian, and Canadian, which means the test takers required to adapt to different pronunciations. The audio is played only once, therefore your focus, note-taking, and comprehension skills are very crucial. On the other hand, a test like Duolingo will present you with short adaptive questions with neutral and clear accents, which is less reflective of real-world listening challenges. For the speaking part, IELTS involves a live interview with a trained examiner. So it allows a natural two-way conversation like how we communicate in the world. It tests your pronunciation, fluency, coherence, and spontaneous thinking, which are essential for real-world communication. Duolingo, on the other hand, it relies on AI-analyzed recorded responses. So by doing that, it reduces your test anxiety, but lacks the depth and flexibility of human interaction. So it makes it less reliable for evaluating conversational ability. When it comes to writing, IELTS requires structured essays and analytical tests that reflects your academic and professional standards. You will need a lot of skills like logical organization, argument development, and critical thinking. But Duolingo includes shorter and simpler tasks like describing images or filling in missing words, which do not really measure complex writing as effectively. Plus, IELTS is famous for its strict security measures, which means you cannot cheat. So, overall, IELTS offers a more comprehensive, real-world language assessment. That's why it is a preferred choice for academic, professional, and immigration purposes worldwide. Alright, so before we conclude the video, if you're thinking about taking IELTS tests in Myanmar, I recommend doing it at British Council because I did there too. But the more important thing is the resources. British Council provides access to IELTS Ready Premium, which includes more than 40 mock tests for free. So you'll have plenty of resources to study before you take the actual exam. Their test environment is well organized, and also they have a reputation for excellence. Thank you for learning and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.